It is a well-known secret that the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story was a parody of Daredevil. We have the same radioactive ooze that blinded Matt Murdock being the very substance that mutated the Turtles, along with the same enemy archetypes. Daredevil fights the hand, so the Turtles fight the foot.
Kind of stole a lot of the Turtles' origin from Daredevil.
Today, I'm focusing on a unique pattern with one turtle specifically, Leonardo. On a surface level, Leo embodies the mental attributes of Daredevil, the crushing moral pressure, the adherence to a strict code of justice, and the burden of honor. But the connection goes much deeper than just personality. Leo is often written into instances where his vision is impaired or stripped away entirely. In these moments, he is forced to rely on a daredevil level of sensory focus to survive. The recurring motif of Leo losing his sight isn't just for dramatic tension. It's a narrative device that not only connects Leo to Daredevil, but separates Leo's abilities from his brothers through the highest level of ninja focus. While not pointed out explicitly, I would argue he uses the art of Zanshin. The 2003 series depicts Leo's Daredevil-like use of Zanshin during his ambush by the Foot Tech ninjas, who possess invisibility technology. Initially, Leo struggles. He is searching for a physical target that isn't there. His eyes are lying to him. To counter this, Leo literally closes his eyes. It is my belief that this is his transition into Zanshin, or what we call remaining mind, as the English translation. In Japanese martial arts, Zanshin is a state of total awareness where the warrior isn't just looking at an opponent, but sensing the entire space. By removing his sight, Leo shifts his brain from visual processing to sensory intuition. Because a large part of Zanshin is observation, Leo utilizes counterattacks. He begins to fight more patiently, tracking non-visual patterns he can sense, such as their tendencies of attack and sounds of footsteps in the rain. Very similar to Matt Murdock's radar sense, which are his heightened senses. Leo's Zanshin allows him to see the invisible by perceiving the world through other senses, much like Daredevil. While in the 2003 example, Leo purposely blinds himself, Batman vs. TMNT depicts the loss of sight through a psychological lens. When Scarecrow infects Leo with fear gas, his vision becomes his greatest vulnerability. He is paralyzed by the sight of his brothers being murdered. A visual distraction that consumes his focus. Batman acts as the mentor here, talking Leo through the process of breaking the illusion.
You have to focus. Fight it.
Because of Leo's already highly technical ninjutsu background, Batman essentially prompts Leo to activate his Zanshin in this instance. Leo ends the facade by ignoring what he sees and relying on what he knows through his senses. He stops reacting to horrifying images and starts observing the physical patterns of the fight, the sound of Scarecrow's movements, and the feeling of the environment. When he finally counters, it's a moment of pure sensory clarity. This instance with Leo is strikingly reminiscent of Daredevil's vision of the world on fire in the form of his brothers. But, like Daredevil, he had to overcome the aspects of the illusion that metaphorically tapped into his fears. For Murdock, the world on fire represents the horrible things happening in Hell's Kitchen, and for Leo, it represents the burden of leadership and protection of his three brothers. He didn't need to clear the gas to win, he just needed to stop letting his eyes dictate his reality. Unlike Daredevil, Leo has the choice to over-rely on his vision. Matt Murdock's radar sense is a permanent necessity, but for Leo, it is a disciplined choice. Similar to the reality Daredevil was born from, Leo has learned that his sight can actually be a distraction, a layer of data that often obscures the truth of a battle. Leo is the turtle who can master the highest level of awareness because he knows exactly when to apply Zanshin. In his world, blindness isn't a disability, but rather a situational tactical choice. It proves that to reach his full potential, Leo has to reach a state where he no longer needs to see the enemy to defeat them. These scenes are a unique way of reminding us that Leonardo isn't just a disciplined leader of 4, but also a literal and spiritual hire to the man without fear.